vote, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to get thrown off your health care, maybe at least you can afford that life-saving pill that you need.
No, I'm sorry, you can't have that either.
Or, like I said, it'll drive down insurance premiums, which everyone's apparently afraid of. But now, once it's repealed, buckle up because premiums are going to freaking take off.
Yeah.
So why does it get defeated? 13 Democrats voted against it, led by everyone's Democratic heartthrob in 2020 presidential hopeful, Cory Booker. Cory fucking Booker. That's the problem with the Democratic Party because he is a corporate shill. He's taking more money.
Yeah.
He's right up there, top 2 probably from Big Pharma than anybody else. And if this is how they're going to approach it, if they're going to distract us, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I was on the Russian hacking thing early, but they continue to kind of go down this road and they want to blame everything on Russia when the DNC was complicit with the Russian hacking. And Russian hacking isn't the reason Hillary lost. The reason Hillary lost is because they're corporate shills and people are fed up with it. But if he's going to keep going down this road,
I don't know if
he's
I
going to
agree
keep
with
going.
that.
Yeah, that's fine. We could have that discussion. But if he's going to keep going down this road, he's going to push people away by 2018.
Okay,
the Democrats aren't going to win in 2018.
I do agree to a point, however, and sort of playing devil's advocate more than speaking in his defense, at least 3 major pharmaceutical companies are based in New Jersey, or at least they're American subsidiaries, because I know Bayer is a German company, but their corporate headquarters, I believe, are in Jersey. 2 others slip in my mind right now. So in effect, it's Booker was representing his state, that did elect him to the Senate against the interests of the population at large. So whereas I can't defend it, I can explain it. It's not just that he's a corporate shill. He's a corporate shill protecting jobs in his home state.
Well, is he protecting jobs, or is he protecting his source of campaign fundraising?
Well, his job is also a job.
It's easier to get a big check from Pharma than it is to go out and actually talk to real people and get checks from them.
I will still vote for him for president if he's leading. But it's a definite mark against
we have to be
Democrats.
careful, I think, just not to be reactionary all the time and to take a sort of long view of things. I mean, I agree that we need to be vigilant and kick ass when it needs to be kicked. But, in politics, I'm not excusing Cory Booker, but I'm just saying, that was that day. And you have to sort of look at the longer arc and see where he's going.
It is disappointing that he was on the wrong side and Ted Cruz and McCain
was on the right side.
voted for it.
Right,
Yeah.
and this is where left of wrong, right? So Cory Booker is wrong on this,
Yes,
and I don't think principled. And you've got people like Ted Cruz and Chuck Grassley,
right?
Chuck Grassley. That guy is really he's more progressive than Cory Booker when it comes to. When it comes to constituents being able to afford drugs, especially when looming is people getting kicked off their health insurance.
But here's the thing, and you were just saying that you think Hillary lost because she's a corporate shill, not because of Russian hacking. But I think one of the biggest problems with the Democratic Party and with liberals in general in America is that we tend to be, as a group, too short-sighted. And I voted for Sanders in the primaries, and then when it came down to the general election and there were 2 viable candidates, sorry, Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, you don't count. It came down to a choice between 2 people. At that point, it's time to stop complaining that, Bernie, whether or not you believe it's true, the fact of the matter, the fact on the table is that there were 2 candidates. And even if you think Hillary Clinton is a corporate shill, is she going to be better for America than Donald Trump?
Oh, no, there's no doubt that she would have been.
But I think a lot of people, and I think we're seeing this with the whole Cory Booker issue, that one day he was grilling Jeff Sessions and pointing him out to be the racist that he is. And then the next day He loses.
Next day he
loses
showed his
all
true
that
colors.
goodwill.
No, the next day he
but
showed his true colors.
I think they're
No,
both.
it's
They're
both-
both
it's
his
both
true
valid.
colors. They're both his true colors. And the fact of the matter is, liberals have to realize we are never going to have a perfect candidate.
Democrats will realize that. But
Liberals need to realize we are never going to have a perfect candidate. And so it may not be pleasant to vote for the lesser of two evils, but if you don't do that, the greater evil is going to win, as we just saw in November.
So Cory Booker and these 13 Democrats, you'll give them a pass.
I won't give them a pass. I won't give them a pass here in terms of this, but when it comes down to 2020, if, God forbid, Trump is still in office, or if Pence survives to run against the Democrat, let's presume at this point that it's Cory Booker, I am not going to let this vote against, or in favor of Big Pharma affect my vote, knowing that the bigger picture, he is going to be less of a threat to the country than whatever piece of crap the Republicans are putting
This is why
up.
the Democrats will lose again and again.
Because people are unwilling
because they're not taking the populist message to the middle class white guy in the Midwest. Hillary didn't do it, even against Bill Clinton's advice. He told her she needed to get out there. She didn't do it. She was relying on heavy donors. She was relying on her victory fund. And so she made many, many missteps in this election. And now for them to just solely rely and blame the Russians for the hacking thing, it probably influenced Comey influence. There's a lot of things that influence it. But you know what? You can't bellyache about undermining the electoral process when, in fact, you were kind of doing that to Bernie all along. So it's time.
But here's the thing: once Bernie was off the table, fuck what happened to him. I'm sorry.
No, I don't disagree with that. I voted for Hillary.
But fuck that noise.
But now it's time to make some progress.
Yes, it is time. But
you're
here's
not
the thing: most of the people that were bitching about how bad Bernie got screwed are not going to be doing jack shit over the next 4 years to change the electoral process. And for all their bitching, I'm not.
I don't agree with that.
I'm not saying there won't be some, but I think most of them, it's the victim mentality is true, and as we've seen since Trump came into office,
that's what the DNC is still doing.
It is equally heavy on the right,
but that's what the DNC is still doing. The victim mentality. Oh, poor me. Oh, poor the Russians hacked the election. That's why Hillary lost. They're not moving on.
I'm sorry, but it's like you have a year to buy someone a wedding gift. They have until January 20th to get that out of their systems. It sucks. You got fucked. You did a lot of it yourself. You have until the inauguration. Once that dipshit sets foot in the Oval Office, it's time to put all that behind us and get to fucking work and start fixing what's about to be broken.
They had an opportunity to go to work and do something for progressives and do something for people that are struggling or are going to struggle even more with no health care by lowering the cost of drugs, and they did not do it.
Okay, but
they didn't do it.
Keep in mind that vote was not going to succeed, and maybe there are.
Why don't you think it would succeed? If it passed the Senate, why wouldn't you think it would succeed?
Oh no, I mean it was. What was the actual vote tally? We had 13, but you also had. In other words,
no, it was. I think
52
it lost
to
by
48 or something. It was
It was close.
Oh, it was okay.
I think it was a little more of a margin, but those Democrats would have covered the spread.
Yeah.
Now, some people were, and Dianne Feinstein was out having routine surgery. She was having a pacemaker implanted. I think she does get a pass on that.
I'm having total deja vu. I think we had another show of Left of Wrong where Cory Booker had done something similar, where it was like we were pissed about one thing he had done.
He's a fucking sellout.
But I
this week, come 2020, are you come 2020? Let's say the election was tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's say it's Halloween 2020 today.
Yeah.
And everything we know about Cory Booker up to this point in actual time, and everything we know about Donald Trump up to this point in actual time are true. Now, it's a week, 2 weeks before the election. Donald Trump versus Cory Booker. Are you not going to vote for Cory Booker because of this vote on Big Pharma?
My vote won't count because I live in California, and he will still lose to Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So that's what I think.
And
will
you
happen.
can't run. We can't run another black guy because the country's too racist to fucking elect another black guy.
I disagree with that. I think Hillary's unpopular. The 20 years of attacking Hillary was effective.
Yeah.
And so she had
the two least popular.
Yeah, she was
candidates
very
in the world.
unpopular. I think, despite the fact that I think that Trump could get just as many votes as he got this time, I do think any good I think the next Democratic candidate will win, even if it's Cory Booker or if it's Joe Biden.
I think they need to move to the left. I think
don't
they have
think
to become
need to
more
move
progressive.
At all. I don't think they need to move
Then
at all.
they'll continue to lose.
No, I don't think so.
They just
I don't
need
think
to
so.
expand
They
the
just
message
they
and
just-
get it to the
they
people
just
who
need to get
to
somebody
hear
who
it.
energizes more voters
Yeah,
and
and move to the center. And start acting more like Republicans.
No, I didn't say that.
And
But
then get more corporate
then you have
donations.
Clinton. You have
and then we
Clinton
can
again.
win.
No.
Yeah.
You're back to Clinton.
No.
Maybe we'll run Hillary again.
no, she's really unpopular.
Yeah.
I was just talking about how unpopular she
Yeah.
is.
Well,
but I mean, there's no reason why the next candidate cannot get more votes than Trump.
Yeah.
You know, to get
Hillary did. Or are you just talking in the Electoral College?
No, I mean in the next.
Yeah.
Well, in the next election, I believe that the Democrat will win against almost certainly Donald Trump will run again.
Yeah.
Even if he is impeached
If he
midway
hasn't-
through his term. Well, we were just talking about Hillary Clinton, and now it is time to hear from our own nasty woman, Erika
Nasty.
Schickel, with this week's
baby.
Nasty
Hard
Woman
nasty.
Rant.
Hey, listen. You know what I've been thinking about this week? Actually, watching that Obama's farewell speech, what I came to realize is that America has some major fucking daddy issues to deal with. I mean, we saw it with Obama's farewell speech, followed by Trump's horrific press conference on Tuesday. And as we all know, Obama's speech was historic, gracious, inspirational, generous towards others, nurturing, inclusive, heartfelt, and hopeful. He was, as he has been every day of the last year, an impeccable example for us all, a nation of devoted dependents. The very next morning, Trump exploded onto the stage in New York City like a hot yam left too long in a microwave in his very first presser since being elected by the Russians. He was churlish, rude, scolding, imperious, intolerant, and boorish. He lied and gestured towards his empty folders and flashed fake smiles that looked less like bon ami and a little more like he had a spicy kielbasa shoved up his ass. But the moment that stunned was when he turned on CNN's Jim Acosta, who tried to ask him a question, and he said, "No, not you. Your organization is terrible. Don't be rude. Don't be rude." And that was the moment when I realized that what we had now on our hands was a mean dad. I caught, and somebody else saw it too, Wendy Aarons, who hilariously tweeted, "It's like America's amazing dad is leaving us and mom's new perverted boyfriend just pulled up in his Trans Am."
Been there.
So, yeah, welcome to your future, kids. A future in which the bad dad is ruthlessly authoritarian, grounds you without a reason, gropes you inappropriately, smacks you when your mom isn't looking, withholds your allowance for no reason, kicks your dog, reads your diary, and is mean to your prom date. Then he denies it all with a kielbasa smile and has you sent to your room without your dinner for even trying to bring it up. We are a country of half-nurtured and half-traumatized children. The Democrats gave us a warm dad, and the Republicans have given us a mean one. Trump is now our abuser-in-chief. And like all abusers, of course, he wasn't born this way. He was made this way by his own bad daddy. And by all accounts, Fred Trump was a fucking monster. Son in front of his roommates in college, he humiliated him and drove his older brother, Freddie, who failed to adequately reflect the patriarch, to drink himself to death at the age of 43. Young Donald, always a papa-pleaser, survived his childhood to become the sniveling, thin-skinned, paranoid, grandiose, despot-pleasing Piotis we have now. And if Fred's influence wasn't enough, then Donald fell into the hands of Roy Cohn, another twisted fucking father figure who taught young Drumpf, if you lose something, just say you won. I mean, this is the HUAC Roy Cohn, right? This is the Nixon advisor, closeted gay guy. I mean, a total sellout on every fucking level. This was his mentor. So I think that explains why he's here today, how he got here, and why he loves his daddy Vlad so much. He's just trying to play out the only pattern his tiny malformed mind understands. And I believe that we can have compassion for the traumatized